Like, get used to playing with swag, get used to playing a little bit of a looser style, and then you have a lot of players popping off. They said coldzera was phenomenal yesterday. Fallen was doing very good. Stewie was able to just decimate NIP yesterday as well. So a lot of good things going the way of MiBR.
See how they played today. Such a different atmosphere now with the crowd, and they're so loud in that arena. Tarek going to be taking down Olofmeister and smartly falling back. It's almost like he got control of himself for a minute, you know, because it looked like he wanted to keep pushing, but probably a smart move here.
Well, that opening pick, yeah, he's able to fall back, and now he sets up a very powerful defense. There's a bait and switch going on. Tarek's been pushing into those B tunnels on CT pistol rounds since like his CLG days. It's been years. He loves that play on these CT pistols, and I think FaZe is going to readjust. It looked like they did just kind of want to brute force, but for now, with the man down, losing a player, a little bit worried, checking their flanks before really deciding on the final situation.
Look at where Stewie is. I mean, one thing is Tarek pushing up, but he's got so much map control just from being here.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's a lot of information as well. It's not just the control, it's the fact that you can cheat a player over. Fallen can be very free in how he rotates, but he hears a lot of information. Now the flashbangs, the smokes come out.
Yeah, they're going to be running right up connector into the A-bomb site. Swag at the corner, but they're going to be really close with the Glock. Oh, what a play! Fallen coming from the smoke, and that's actually the bomb down. He turns around, one more headshot, this time from Stewie, and he didn't even reload through all of that. Somehow he stays alive for another couple of seconds. Stewie to close it out here. Another headshot, and MiBR to win the pistol round. That was beautiful from Fallen. What a play. He only got the one kill, but that drops the bomb in the center of the bomb site. Complete chaos on the FaZe side.
Yeah, they just got picked apart as they tried to make their way, and this was the beautiful start to it. But how are you getting into this bomb site, coming through the smoke? Those are the plays that are going to catch you off guard. Those are the plays that MiBR is going to be making because they're playing so free right now. With the future yet to come for this roster, everyone is just going to be trying to make plays whenever they have an opportunity, and that's a good start for MiBR. The pistol round, Fallen said it in the pregame. If we start to win those, we can get both of them in this map. It's going to make things much easier. Now just playing with a CZ as well for the op captain.
Yeah, they're not too worried. I mean, they probably know that FaZe aren't going to have all that much in this round. With a bomb plant, even if they lost it, probably would have bought it right into it. But now they're going to be just a little bit more safe. Stewie quick to fall back. He was a little bit crazy yesterday. He was running through the smokes and just all around playing his whole start self, I could say. Going to be a couple of kills. There is Swag, just the one in the mix, and coldzera with a double, so they're going to be just fine here. MiBR now up to 2 rounds, but as expected, FaZe are going to be picking up AK-47s.
That's a pretty nasty crossfire with Stewie and coldzera on each side of it, and it's an easy mowdown. But yeah, this is the real test. AKs are out, the rifles on board for FaZe. The desk wanted to see some contact plays. We've just seen this FaZe team. They have some very fun halves to watch, and they just seem to fall flat on the other one. They seem unable to put together a full map. They're going to have to do it here, and it needs to start right now. As we said, 0-2, and if you want any chance, if you want any hope of making it into those grand finals, you need to win everything today.
coldzera close. He's turned around for the flashbang. There's going to be some help as well. Swag actually saving him, and another kill coming in from Swag, this time to take down Rain. And that whole push, I mean, you talk about contact plays. Yeah. They just walked through the smoke. That probably could have worked out. I think if Swag hadn't got that second kill, they would have at least had some control on that ramp.
Or, I mean, no, if he hadn't gotten that first kill, right? Because that's what allowed coldzera to live. coldzera was going to go down in that corner without a kill. Swag buys him that little bit of time to turn, adjust, and find the second frag in the round, and that is a slaughter. And if you're going to, you know, yeah, that one right there, I guess that is the second kill, you're right. But coldzera is able to just get one, and Swag just plays very strong inside the bomb site. No worries. Again, Stewie pushing into those holes, so we didn't even have to worry about Palace whatsoever.
Yeah, that's something that, well, I'm not even sure FaZe know how many times Stewie so far has been pushing in those hallways, but eventually they sort of have to discover that and find a way to deal with it, because that could get really annoying. This time, just Deagles in the hands of the T side.
I tell you what, Anders, I'm already feeling like this is going to be a blowout. There's a lot of confidence you can see from these MiBR peaks. They are peaking with conviction. They are peaking with purpose. And it's only 3 rounds in, but that's got to be a worrying sign. Haven't even seen any of that yet from FaZe. Only just the one rifle round on the pistol, obviously, but feeling a bit scary. Can feel it in my plums.
Yeah, you get that feeling. I get it too a little bit, and I mean, it's partly based off the intel we got yesterday from watching FaZe play to begin with. I feel like they were looking just not quite like themselves. And MiBR with, well, we kind of, we can say home crowd, but I guess it almost, you know, it sort of feels like it when they're here.
It's definitely a home crowd.
Yeah.
It is most definitely a home crowd for MiBR. We saw it early on as they were announcing the teams. When MiBR's name came up, it just exploded inside that arena here in Lisbon. Great shot from Nico. I believe that was just the 1D, as we like to call it. That's going to make everyone a little bit more nervous. You can see coldzera not necessarily wanting to peek just yet. Very slow and methodical about it. And they've given up control of window room. Even Fallen has backed off over towards CT spawn. That means Swag is going to have to push forward into the bomb site just a little bit. Tries to set up a crossfire. That's coldzera down. The M4 picked up from Nico does work.
Nice timing from Swag. He was waiting there for a while, but Nico's been on a tear. Already the double, that's the triple. Even picking up the next weapon, AWP in the corner there. He knows Swag is inside because he got the kill earlier, so he definitely is aware that someone else could be here. Can Tarek hold this line? Because otherwise it's not going to work out. One gets past, and it's going to be a one fight there for Guardian on the other side as well. Going to be running out of time. What a horrible way to lose that round. It really felt like they could have done it. They've got past, if they had won that fight, well, they did win the fight against Tarek, but if they had done it before the time run out, maybe they could have even found Swag.
Well, I mean, the tough part is they realized the time was running low. That's what allowed Tarek to stick around and actually take that fight, because he heard them make the footsteps because they had to start running. That is really unfortunate. What an opening provided by Nico with that 1D. Picked up the M4 and does some damage. Here we go again, rifles are out. This time the AWP in the hands of Guardian. Tarek's got one on catwalk. We saw them yesterday, a lot of double AWP setups for MiBR, even a triple AWP at one point. Rain sees, or here's the shot from window room. Kerrigan's legged, you know, that peek from coldzera could have been so damaging.
Olofmeister almost fallen victim to the AWP. He's going to be back down in the underpass instead at 20 health. Beautiful
Combination with the Molotov as well to force him out of that boost corner and a flashbang. Here's Stewie, active across the map.
Are you a fan of vintage Stewie, Moses?
You have no idea how much of a fan I am of the vintage Stewie. Oh, some bitch, she's got two more. Shutting him down.
Well then, this is a version of Stewie that I think a lot of teams they haven't had to face for a while. Like, he's been reined in, you know, over the last year or so, and maybe he's starting to rediscover that. There could be lots of reasons for it, but I feel like it's going to be so annoying. That's a quad kill already here in the 5th round. Stewie running amok with the AUG.
It is part of that really weird balance you have to strike as a new player coming into this team that they obviously haven't been able to do, which is why there's some dissatisfaction with how this lineup, this roster from MiBR has worked these past few months. Is where do you draw the line between the freedom to be able to make those plays, but also, you know, at times Stewie is thinking in his head, very cerebral, trying to, you know, do what they practice, right? Trying to add a little bit more of that structure into it. Never were able to find that balance between freedom and intelligent structure.
No, it's a very, very hard line to walk, and I don't know many players that can sort of do both at the same time. Fallen going to be picking up a kill on Rain as they try and enter into that A-bomb site. They're kind of up, they're there, but they don't have the bomb and no chance to plant it. Stewie going to win the fight against Nico.
Oh, no.
And the follow-up fight against Olofmeister as well. He wants a bit more. One more headshot to take down Guardian. And now Kerrigan is fighting all on his own, and Stewie's just hunting them down. Back-to-back quad kills as MiBR extend their lead 6-0 over FaZe.
Stewie is in some kind of a mood. 14-1 for him. That is incredible back-to-back rounds. Look at this, even reads the jump into the window. Might have heard something, spins immediately. It's this follow-up. Guardian, one of the most legendary and celebrated AWPers that we have, holding the angle, and Stewie's still able to outduel him straight up.
Well, they're not looking too happy on the FaZe side at the moment. Actually, that connected on Kerrigan. They only have pistols, but still, that's going to be a little bit annoying. Going to try and make their way through, and actually they win the fight this time. Rain just with the C-set 75. Maybe that's all it took.
That's been the solution for a lot of people for a couple of years now. Just pick up the CZs. And it's given him the opening. Stewie's forced back, so was Swag. Fallen had to fall out of the window room. Do they want to go for this? Money is pretty decent for the MiBR side, and they're close enough now to at least make a game out of it. Fallen and Tarek will sit back, let the M4s do the work, and if they can get any progress, then the AWPs will commit. But They might have to save.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, they're going to save now. That kill is the one that seals it. I think they're just going to back away slowly from this. Shouldn't be any real chance of MiBR even getting a leg into this. Guardian with the flank. Good shot from Fallen. That's going to allow for the escape.
So, what a turn of events. I mean, it's also, one thing is the fact that they were already down a man and they lost most of the control, but 2 of those players retaking from A would have had AWPs. Yeah. So, that's going to be difficult no matter what, isn't it? So, CZ 75, once again, the solution for bringing yourself back in the game.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
Yeah. Rain, he had some moments yesterday as well.
He did have, he was like the one bright spot on that defensive side of Cash yesterday.
Yeah, he really was. And then I guess Nico was the other one who had a good game as well, but wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So went toe-to-toe with Refresh, right?
Yes. I mean, that's what we were kind of talking about, is you got to put together a complete game, and we haven't seen FaZe do that in this event. They got absolutely decimated by Astralis, 16-6, and had an 11-4 lead. Turn into what, a 16-12 loss, I think it was?
Yeah, it was, I think it was 16-14. Yeah, it was so close, wasn't it? And Yanko's looking happy as well. I think they got him a chair since yesterday. So, personally, I think that's too much. I think he,
should have to stand.
No, he's got, I think he's got too much success too quickly. So, make sure he stays in his place.
Well, I mean, coaches are always going to look happy when they don't have to do a whole lot, right? When you have Stu playing like this. You're just banging people out, 6-1 on the scoreline. Everyone's feeling happy. We'll see though. FaZe, that's going to be a big boost to the economy. Obviously, salvaging a few guns. Rain again going to challenge Stewie, and actually he's going to come out on top of it one more time. That's twice in a row that opening has been provided. Swag now at this angle. No one checks it. That's the bomb, and he's pinned in. Here comes the utility.
Yeah. If he'd gone for the fight and lost it to Guardian, well, that would be bad news. Now he's going to buy a little bit of time, but he still needs to get at least one more kill. He's in a very awkward spot, and Guardian's going to be able to take him down. If he'd still had Fallen behind him, that would be a different scenario.
Yeah.
A little bit unfortunate for Swag, because he actually played it correctly, I think, in that moment.
Yeah.
Kerrigan.
There's really not a whole lot for Swag to do, was there? He
No.
was very much isolated. Kerrigan goes for a pretty deep pre-aim. Gets caught off guard by coldzera's angle. That's 2 rounds in a row now that FaZe is going to win. All opened up by Rain taking out Stewie and Connector. So Stewie has been a lot of the reason for MiBR's great success in this 6-round run that they had, and he's also been the reason why they've lost these last 2.
Yeah, that's where, either he himself or somebody in the team is got to, maybe think, well, okay, try and take fewer duels in there. If they figured out how to do that, then there are other ways to deal with it.
Yeah, 2 in a row, and that's kind of when you say, it's about time. You're like, maybe you get a second player over there with him, or just stop taking the fight if you don't have a teammate. We'll see what they adjust into. Plenty of money still for the MiBR guys, especially with the saved weapons. They can drop over to Swag, who's a little bit bruised in terms of his wallet.
Yeah, lacking a little bit, but they're going to be fine. Org and SG553 now in play on Kerrigan as well. So they've got some nice variety going on there on the FaZe side. Let's see if they can string one more round together. This game is suddenly going to be really interesting again. And the lead that MiBR had, it could just evaporate fairly quickly. Stewie still actually trying in the middle. I mean, it's a blind shot with a smoke, but just the sticking around here is definitely not without a risk. They're going to actually evacuate Guardian all the way out from A, so nobody holding that side in case anyone was pushing from the CT side. There'd be no one there to find out. I think Nico falling back there instead, so a lot of shuffling about right now on the FaZe side.
I like this Fallen, though, sticking around for the fight. So in window room, there's a slide through his teammate, through the shoulder blade of Kerrigan, who's going to be absolutely fine with that.
Yeah, I might have to buy him a beer later or something, but that was absolutely worth it. That's actually a very tricky flick to try and connect with, but Tarek is going to take one back, and that's Kerrigan.
Another out bullet.
Yeah.
Good catch.
That one did it. Oh no.
It's the wrong time to make that play. coldzera going to be forced back, and he's going to be rewarded. Oh, that's a terrible place for the bomb to drop. You have to go so deep into the ladder room. That hurts. A mistake from Rain to push up in that direction alone, and how do you recover?
But especially with only 30 seconds left. I mean, you're going to spend at least 15 of them getting the bomb and getting to a bomb site, and then you can't really take any extended fights. So, yeah, that could be fatal for them. Now it's a 2-on-4. It doesn't really look like they're going to be able to recover this round. Stewie edging his way in to take care of Nico. And now it's on Olofmeister. And what a kind of unnecessary, I would say, in some sense for Stewie, but I don't want to question it. Like we said, the vintage version of Stewie, you'd expect this sort of thing. Time is going to run out yet again here, and that's run out. He's still going to get shot, but they lose the AWP after the timer. No loss bonus, and that's going to be a real problem.
Yeah, he's stuck on 1,000, which hurts quite a bit. They can still buy, though. Reyna's 6,400. He could drop an AK. They could force something up if they really wanted to. They might choose to save just because of Olof's cash after that, after losing after the time. But what a round from coldzera. Holding his own in ladder room, the mobility to come and grab Guardian, and then he just gives up the bomb. As we said, it would be so hard to find it, but due to the time, he's just like, I don't need to be here. I can just back away. I can move into another direction, do whatever I want as they chase it down. Timeout being called.
Yeah, to discuss the situation, find out how to get back into it. I feel like now, now you've seen some of the rhythm of what the defense is like if you're FaZe, so you should have some intel to work with, right? Like we're sort of half with two-thirds through the first half here. And
you have to wonder as well, when is MiBR going to go for any kind of mid control in this defense? Because remember, the 2 rounds at FaZe 1 was killing Stewie in middle, was Rain just kind of heads up dueling against him. Does MiBR say that and say, all right, if you're gonna have success in mid, we're just gonna pile on. Oh, the bomb is alone in halls. This could be so dangerous. Stewie, he's gonna have a chance, and I think Olof. Yeah, here's the bomb at a CZ, and he's like, this is not a good idea.
But Stewie actually intentionally made a fair bit of noise there. So he just sort of signaled, yep, I'm making a bit of noise. That's kind of weird if you're trying to do a default A execute, right?
Well, what it might do is actually slow down. If they're going to try and split through those halls and up the ramp, it would at least slow down the players going into hall, right? They're going to have to be a little bit more cautious. Going to buy you some time as the defense to get set.
In fact, I think that's why Rain jumped over the fence to try and get up there with Olofmeister. They want to make sure that they can win the fight against Stewie if anything happened. The smokes have been down for a while now, and no one's pushed through, but they're still sticking around. So I'm wondering if they're hoping that because nothing's happening, some of the players in this bomb site are going to fall away, and then they'll hit it a second time.
They baited a lot of utility from this defense.
Look at Tarek.
Yeah, this is the play that might turn it around.
Yeah, he knows that no one's falling back. He's just calling it in on the radio saying, don't worry, they're still all outside of the A bomb site. Oh no, FaZe, they could be walking into a massive trap here. It's Olofmeister to open it up, and they get that second kill as well on Swag. How's this working out for FaZe? Absolutely everybody on the MiBR side, and now coldzera coming back with a couple of headshots, taking down Rain and Olofmeister. What a ridiculous round. The bomb is not down yet with 25 seconds, and a couple of seconds from now, Tarek is going to be walking in behind with that M4, and that could crush all of the dreams here of FaZe. They desperately need to win this game. Oh no, he overextended. He wanted more than that. He wanted the triple or at least the double, and he got nothing for it. That is a very, very strange round.
I mean, that worked perfectly from FaZe. The initial utility to bait out the counter nades. MiBR was not setting their money. They didn't have all the nades that they could have liked. They use everything to kind of stop on that initial throw. And even with Tarek's flank, you need some kind of resistance to that A bomb site, right? I mean, even it was almost effective, but if they had gotten maybe just 1-2 kills, maybe they had stayed alive, maybe just 3 extra seconds, then Tarek becomes really, really impactful.
Now they're back to pistols on MiBR's side, so that's the first time in this half that FaZe have actually successfully broken the MiBR economy, which is really significant.
They've done it as well. They lasted through that early spurt from MiBR that just looked like it was going to continue and never stop. FaZe able to shut them down, and now they've got a little bit of a run on their own. 3-1 run so far. Oh, that's interesting. A little bit more TK coming through this time. Well, it's Kerrigan again, oddly enough.
I was going to say. I think they call that mutiny, don't they? Or is that only if you're on a ship? I'm not sure.
I think that works outside of a ship.
All right.
That concept.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. My sailing days are long behind me.
Yeah. I could see you on a boat, Moses. You know, I don't know.
Wind blowing in my hair.
Waxing the railings, making sure everything's good.
Yeah.
Round number 12 about to kick off, and that's pretty aggressive out of Guardian. I actually just love this. Love to see Guardian try and regain some of the lost confidence, and again, his flicks are absolute world class.
It is kind of a cool part of this matchup is both of these teams with major winners, with legendary players who have had a tough time recently in these past few months. Both of them unhappy with the results, and also at the end of the year playing a little bit more individual, trying to get that mojo back. We've seen a lot of it. Stewie being aggressive. You saw Guardian there leading the way, very aggressive. Fallen's been willing to take fights. Everyone in this last event of 2018 trying to end on a good note.
Man, that's a lot of pressure to put on Olof. If everybody else is going to go the sort of the main A route and he's the only one in middle coming out of underpass.
He's going to lurk, though. He's not. Oh, that is not ideal. That's very. Well, they have plenty of smokes to kind of recover. I should say they have 2 smokes still. But yeah, Olof is going to be a very passive lurk here, and he might peek up in towards connector late once he gets the information of where they are. But he also wants to secure this position for the bomb plant.
Well done in the Observer for catching that in a really cinematic angle. Just the big failure outside of the A-bomb site.
We love cinematic failures, don't we?
Yeah, it's the best. Oh, Fallen, he didn't check the corner. I thought for sure that was going to be Olofmeister dead, but the fact that he's still alive could be devastating to this MiBR A defense. They've got so many people here, but Olof could crush all of it. Going to be a bit of an opening there as Nico will take down Swag. 20 seconds, very late in the round for the MiBR team to make it in here. And a couple of kills in return. Tarek with a double. Cold Zero to take down Nico. They're trying to get the bomb plant, but Olofmeister, how did he not see it? It seemed like there would have been an opening there to kill Cold Zero, and finally he will. Dropping him, and now Stewie in a 1 versus 2. And they should be able to hide. They even have a Molotov left on Olofmeister there in the middle, so this bomb defuse, I mean, he doesn't have a kit or anything, shouldn't be possible ever. Another hit on Carrigan, and nice attempt. It would have been incredible if that had worked out, and it doesn't.
He obviously didn't realize he tagged him, didn't believe that hit him, or else he would have pulled out the USP. Good round from FaZe once again. Olof just choosing the perfect time to pounce. It was also a pretty nice setup from MiBR. Tarek hiding in the smoke, waiting for the counter flash. Both him and I believe it was Fallen peeking from the triple boxes.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of kills for Olofmeister, but it was just the...
It was the important ones.
Yeah, just the important ones.
And that's what that position is designed for. In that late situation, let the 4 players attacking A take the brunt of the defense. And then you pounce when you feel the moment is right. And no one's better at it than Olof. He's been doing it for years.
They're about to turn this into a great first half, aren't they, FaZe?
Yeah, all of a sudden it really has changed. 5-1 run now.
Well, we're all pleasantly surprised because it really looked like it was going to be a beatdown. And again, they're 0-2 so far in the group phase, so if they lose here, then there really is no chance. Swag trying to get a little bit aggressive. Rain to stop Stewie in the middle. That leaves 2 people left on the MiBR side with no chance to help each other out at all. About to be 6 rounds. I'm really impressed at that. Wonder what MiBR are going to do to try and change this.
Yeah, this has been a complete reversal. Now it's just FaZe steamrolling with what's seemingly very little resistance at times. Look how patient they're being as well. Just 1 player left alive. Wanted to know exactly where he was, and you can see those yellow dots as soon as Olof calls it out. He fails out, and he is going to win that fight long range. Tarek did pretty good to get him down to 15, or to get him down low and almost win that, but oh well. 6-7, a very narrow lead now for MiBR. At one point it was 6-0.
Yeah, now that the economy is up and running, they can buy, well, obviously this round, but even if they lost this next one, they'd be able to finish off the half in a strong way, and that definitely makes a difference. So let's see if there's a response out of the MiBR team, or if they're going to sort of try and keep playing something similar. Tarek is actually going to be jumping down in middle and going aggressive behind the flashbang. He's going to run through the smoke and all the way up to top mid, and they were so far back that the flashbang didn't do enough. They were absolutely ready for it.
And super awkward angles for Tarek when he actually does peek down that ramp. You know, they're hiding only half their body showing, and he got stuck committing to that fight with the crouch. An easy kill for Guardian. Might make Fallen get more aggressive with this op, as you can see him get that deep angle. There's Olof. Finds the equalizer. Both ops on each side of the map ringing true.
Look at that stat as well. Stewie getting 14 kills in the first 6 rounds, and then 1 more in the last 7.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah, if you plot that into a graph mode, it just doesn't look good. Sell all the stock right there and just get out. Oh, a little bit of spam coming through as Stewie, not pleased by the statistic, picks up one more kill. Fallen barely going to survive that. Could have gone down. Swag with a good follow-up. Looks like MiBR, tired of this losing streak, are going to be back with a win here. It's a 1 versus 3 for Guardian. If the bomb was down, give him a decent shot at doing it, but how do you plant the bomb in front of 3 people with an AWP in your hands?
You don't.
Just don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, run
He's
the
going to bail out. Yeah, he's going to get out of there. The question becomes, when does coldzera, who's the closest towards mid, when does he actually make that play? Here's the tricky thing. If Guardian gets into this B bomb site quick enough,
yeah.
if he doesn't stop whatsoever, that's going to be a fake. That's over towards that A bomb site.
Yeah.
As long as he can get into this site quickly, excuse me, that's towards there. I misread the angle of that giant yellow line. Here he goes. Not aware that coldzera's around the corner, or is he? Or is he? The no scope, but he's going to get the plant down. 2 seconds. He's got to stick it, but Fallen chasing him down. He's still alive. Flank from Catwalk, but another no scope. Guardian's pulling it off.
How's he doing this? He's got the lineup. He knows where he is. This should never happen. He's got him locked in behind the pillar at Guardian. 1 versus 3. The flick does not connect, and Swag is still alive. All the pressure right now on Guardian to try and get this last round in. Can it happen? He's still alive, and now he's running back into kitchen. It's going to be so frustrating right now for MiBR. Another shot rings out, and he's going to go for the full defuse. I think he's got it. Guardian, he's not close enough, and the defuse happens. Swag able to save it. The crowd, they love it. The first 2 kills from Guardian in this 1 versus 3 were just pure magic, weren't they?
Oh, you feel for him. This was so beautifully put together by Guardian the whole way. And to lose it in this fashion has got to be crushing. Some of the vintage, you could even see it in his face. Frustrating, but I think also accepting they've had a phenomenal half so far, and he's got all the kills. Look at the utility, look at this buy from MiBR. It's not good in this last round. FaZe have a real chance of making this as close as possible now. 8-6.
It's been a very long time since I've seen Guardian play like that.
Yeah,
like
it has been. Like maybe
it really does feel like it's been almost a year and a half.
Yeah. Oh, you do love it.
That's really something. When you see Guardian like that, you think, man, I want to see FaZe continue on. You know, that's when you get that dream that they could actually make it into a best of 3, because that'd be worth watching, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Across the 3-map series, that'd be gorgeous. A little bit of spam. MiBR, just because of the fact that they're all out of utility in this round. Look how passive they're forced to go because of it. The only aggression is, I believe that's Fallen. It's pushed up in those A halls. Stewie and Tarek both combined at this B bomb site. coldzera run back towards CT spawn. Quick rotations, and he's going to need to get over to B very, very quickly.
Well, Stewie's kind of been locked out by that smoke. He's alone. Yeah, that smoke actually stopped Tarek from doing anything. Very smart play. coldzera following up with a great double kill with the FAMAS as well. That's definitely not easy, but I'm not sure it's enough. FaZe might be able to bring home 1 more round here at the end of the half. Fallen and Swag, 2 versus 3, and they're going to combine in the kitchen to try and see if they can retake this one. But Olofmeister, he's up in the hallways. Rain by the bench and Nico in the corner. How do you breach this crossfire and try and get that defuse? Rain giving them a huge gift, and they're going to take it right away. Good return, though, and Swag, 1 health left here. It's going to be nearly impossible. He's going to tab the bomb, and Olof will take him down. 7-8 in the first half in favor of MiBR. What a comeback from FaZe. I'm actually very impressed.
I'm impressed and surprised after the day they had yesterday, going down 0-2, just getting washed off the map by Astralis. As well, the second half just getting annihilated in their second game. To see them kind of have this sort of composure and to be able to come back into it is phenomenal. That's a 7-2 run to end the half. And a very good T side here on Mirage.
There's a lot of criticism yesterday on social media about FaZe and their performance, right? A lot of memes. I think Duncan even got in on that, you know.
Well, yeah, you can't expect Duncan to sit out when he's got that kind of an opportunity.
That kind of material.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it writes itself to a certain degree.
Well, there's going to be a smoke from Fallen, a couple of flashbangs, and then this bomb site is going to be overrun with Glocks. Olofmeister, the first point of contact, and he's calling in. There's a lot of people up here. I need help, and it's not even going to come in time. Kerrigan now fighting away. One good headshot. Guardian going to get run down, and the Glocks, they just don't stop. Tarek to take down Kerrigan. The mobility of that weapon is just so hard to deal with. Rain trying to land those one taps, but the bomb is already planted. A hard retake coming in here for FaZe.
This round just seems poised for Rain to have an impact. Gets forced back by headshot with that Glock. Fallen playing this so well. No one peeking. All of them MiBR playing it well. Now they peek on Tarek's contact, and Rain can do absolutely nothing. At peak from Olaf, I was surprised he stuck around to take that fight when he saw 3 players waiting, but I think he wanted to lure them into the stack.
Getting that opening kill. It's a huge difference, isn't it, when you're rushing that B-bomb side. If Olofmeister is the one to pick up the first frag there, suddenly everything slows down and it's a different game altogether. Stewie and Cold Sierra way ahead of everybody else in the entire server on the scoreboard right now. They're doing a fantastic job. Let's see if MiBR can find a way to close this one out.
It's both pistols. That's what they wanted. What they talked about in that pregame. Poor excuse for smack talk.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
We need more of that. Are you going to be the man, Moses, to come up with like a smack talk workshop, you know? Something that people can attend?
I've been talking to players behind the scenes and telling them all we need more teabagging, we need more shooting of the dead bodies.
Yeah.
We need
calling out of enemies.
A little bit. I've got a pretty high profile guy who promised me today that every time he won a clutch, he was gonna do the teabag.
Okay. Hashtag teabag for Moses?
Not gonna say who it was. Oh, here we go. Cold Sierra can only get the one. You can hear the crowd building into it. They wanted all 3, but that's unfortunate. That's an AK lost.
I'm not going to be happy about that. But on the other side, the bomb goes down at the B-bomb site for free.
I swear to God, if I see that hashtag enters, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll figure something out.
Could be a new subreddit even, Moses. I'm already thinking about the branding opportunities here. T-shirts, mugs, everything. We'll get it all done.
Literal tea bags?
Literal tea bags. Oh, man. Well, you guys can't see that, but Tarek in the chat saying, give me a break, bro. Nice shot. So.
I had a couple rounds where he's just gotten blasted. He's got a fist around as well.
Yeah, he's not happy. So, they're going to lose a couple of players in this round, but they'll win it ultimately for a 10-7 scoreline. But now it's time for FaZe to pick up weapons again. In the first half, they had a good 6-7 round sort of, I would say, string of rounds phase where they just didn't have any money to really work with, and that was really awkward. So if they can change that in the second half, and now they're finally buying, if they can keep that up for a couple of rounds here and save some rifles, that would be really great. The economy, I think, is really what made that first half more difficult phase than maybe it should have been.
Yeah, I mean, once they got it under control, had a couple rounds with pistols as well. They did very, very well. And 10-7. Let's see Guardian with that AWP. Where is he positioned at the moment? He's back towards ticket booth. It's always a question, the AWPers here. A lot of teams have chosen nowadays to just not even smoke that off. They use the one pop flash to get a couple players out, and they're willing to take that fight as long as the other angles are smoked as well, over towards stairs, over towards jungle and top connector. Yeah, and in fairness, if you're Guardian holding that angle, once the flashbang comes in, you don't really know if there's going to be someone from the palace walking out and maybe shooting at you from that range too. So it's kind of tricky, right? I think Guardian loves it. I don't think he's worried about that. I think he's just like, yeah, please don't smoke me off. So what is this? They've got 3 outside of B, but the bomb is over at A. How deep is this fake going to be, Moses? They're going to run through underpass with all these 3 people, and they're going to be heard, surely. I imagine that they're going to throw utility, support Fallen as he gets into the bomb site. The other 2 will fall back, but they're going to at least try and get Fallen in here. Or it's Stewie, actually, with low HP, but he's a madman. He's already out behind the smokes. He did this yesterday to great success, but not this time. Fallen's going to follow it up, and it is. The fake is working. 4 players pulled over towards the B bomb site. Yeah, just Guardian. I say that quotation marks because that AWP still alive back here. He never moved out of this position, and that's just giving them a huge kill, stopping the bomb. If Guardian leaves as well or starts to look around, that round is completely different.
double kill for him, but just the patience.
I mean, if you're Guardian, you have 4 of your teammates, 3 of like the most talented players we have in the entire game. Between Nico, Olaf, and Rain, and you're like, yeah, maybe I don't have to rotate. I can trust these guys.
They don't need more backup, yeah.
If you rotate there, it's just like, come on, man, what are you doing? Good shots from Guardian, though. He's really come alive in this from that clutch moment on.
From a sort of communication standpoint, you have to assume that during all of that chaos, somebody from the defensive side from FaZe is going to be saying, "Has anyone seen the bomb?" Right? And when the answer comes back no, well, that's also a big indication, right?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of chaos, a lot of shooting, a lot of smoke, but no bomb, and that makes a big difference.
And that is one of the more important pieces of information. When you spot that bomb, if you spot that bomb, it comes out in every hectic moment. Everyone will shout it. Guardian missing the shoulder there. It was a quick peek, and ooh, Tarek, he must have been aggressive to try and punish it. That's a bit ambitious, but you like it. You like to see it.
Yeah, no fear at all. Tarek taking that fight. Just mostly Deagles left here. Single flashbang to set up for Swag, putting that one out. But it doesn't really do all that much. Rain is looking dialed in, isn't he? Pretty crisp with the aim. Oh, okay.
It wasn't him that I talked to, but no. I do like that.
But Nico...
And I do like the booze even more.
Yeah.
Piss off the crowd. I like it.
You know what? That's one of my favorite things about Nico. I know people say that he complains, that he's like got some sort of attitude. I don't even care. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. When he said that he was, his dream was to sort of, take down Astralis, I'm all for that. Like, I want that kind of attitude. I think it's way more entertaining. And obviously, him being, one of the best players to ever touch this game,
Fair play.
Yeah, you've earned the right to talk like that.
And to shoot dead bodies.
Exactly right. 10-9 the 20th round, and a lot of mid control for FaZe.
Oh yeah, all the mid control you could ever want. They're going to fall back out of this. Are they going to check underpasses? The question Stewie's waiting for. A good kill from Kerrigan there. That looked like it was going to be a split. I'm wondering what the intel was to prompt that A hit to come a little bit earlier. Tarek's now out with 3 HP. If he gets one more kill like this, they have no idea he's here.
The bomb is falling back though, so Tarek is just the sole decoy inside of the bomb site. Now they might start to wonder, what exactly is going on? Yeah, Guardian is back here, alone in the B bomb site, while Fallen is making his way over. More than a minute left.
I know
Tarek's got 3 health.
I know he only has 3 health, but he needs to make a move of some sort. Guardian's back to the B bomb site.
Good shot, and even smarter back to... Oh my god! Taking down Fallen. What a ridiculous flick. He can't get the next one. And Swag will take him down. Oh god, there can't have been more than a pixel showing. It's right through those wooden beams up there as well. That is not easy. The bomb goes down, and it's Swag this time on the T side. Can he get the 1 versus 1? Olaf Meister, perfect timing, crouching in. It will be FaZe to equalize the scoreline. 10-10. That second flick.
That's nasty. That is really, really nasty. Guardian giving us a treat in this game so far. Some phenomenal rounds.
Yeah, do we deserve that, Moses? And end the year with a sort of return of Guardian?
It's a little bit of a Christmas present, I think.
It is.
This is so... Oh, he just spots the feet. That is amazing. Tarek even gets one there right at the end. I actually thought Swag was going to win this clutch. That's usually where he shines, where he has the time to kind of make some weird plays, and you can see that first angle catches the catwalk player off guard. 10-10, we're all tied up. Stewie with the scout. 3 Deagles on this team, but MiBR has been stumped for some time. This has been a really good resurgence from FaZe. Off the back of those plays from Guardian, it feels.
Swag. A little bit aggressive with the Deagle. Oh, well, first bullet accuracy working out well for him, taking down Nico. Definitely had a chance as well to maybe drop Guardian there at the ticket booth.
What is Fallen doing?
It's on a secret mission, Moses. It's one of those you remember, like old school Rainbow Six missions where you can actually kill anyone. You just had to go in and plant a microphone somewhere. That's what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
Wanted to mic up the B bomb site.
I always think I thought he was like trying to play as like Oddjob in GoldenEye, just crouch everywhere.
See, I'm one of the few people who's never played GoldenEye, so.
Oh, you are going to a dark place in hell.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Moses. Please forgive me.
No.
All right. Father Moses condemned me.
Listen, that is the game that invented the FPS genre.
Yeah, listen. What if I go back and play it now? Can I make up for it?
Absolutely. Ooh, that's dirty from Tarek as well. Didn't make the jump though, which is unfortunate, but he is going to get the bomb down. That'll be very nice for his team, the extra $800 now. If he wins it, it would certainly be something special, but I think that nade pretty much sealed the deal.
Yeah, I was going to say, sort of carrying like a bit of a dream, but on 3 health, not so much. That's FaZe now in the lead in this game. It's very strange how it's come down to this. 11-10.
11-4 run for FaZe Clan.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were ready to count them out, given yesterday's performance.
I counted him out in round 3, if you remember.
That's true, actually, now that you bring it up.
Whoops.
Quick to judge.
Yeah.
They've lost. Put all your money on it. Yeah. Take that to the bank. Oh, wait.
Listen, they've lost the first gun round, they lost the fist round, it's over. You might as well just pack it in, call it a day.
Well, as you can see, both teams well in the full buy zone. They have all the equipment that they need to make these rounds work, and that's good because we're nearing the end of the game, so you really don't want to finish with nothing but pistols and no grenades or anything. And they kind of they run into a lot of damage at top mid, more than I feel like they should have there. Just grenades, I think.
coldzera down to half HP. Good setup for FaZe to control middle as well. Op peering at the moment, but Olaf is close by. Fallen's gonna get that opening kill. That's actually pretty nice. You still have Nico, you still have Olaf to deal with though here.
Flash. Nobody there to set it up, but it does at least reveal that the AWP is still there. You can definitely hear that. Tarek's been waiting outside of A for a really long time. He's just controlling that part of it. Nico and Rain, they're gonna go retake the A ramp against Tarek. If they win that fight, that's gonna be pretty big. But he can probably see the feet. This is really risky for both these players on the other side. And I see Tarek is waiting for it. A lot of this round is going to be decided by how this fight goes. They spot him out, but Kerrigan on the other side, they win the fight against Tarek and Olaf Meister. Chance for a great spray, but it doesn't quite come through. And now with 30 seconds, oh no! Fallen going to win that fight as well. Given the time that was left, if Kerrigan could have extended that fight another 5 seconds, it would have made a huge difference.
Yeah, just that one kill would have been beautiful. There's still a chance though. Rain on the flank. Swag's playing this pretty deep into the corner though. He's not peeking deep in, but if any shots are fired, he will. And now, yeah, you can see he's prepared for it. Sees the Molotov come out, swings out wide. Rain's ready for that. Headshot there, but Fallen. 3 kills in the round, looks to close it out. coldzera boosted up as well. I almost feel like this is unwinnable, but Rain trying to get in, and I think now is the time where he decides to save the weapon. 2 players alive. He doesn't know where the other one is. He wants them to die with the bomb, knows the money is not well. He's keeping them pinned in the bomb site for now, but coldzera wants to get out before it blows up, and will they make it? Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That was definitely a play to try and get them to go with the bomb, and it didn't work out.
Nice pop flash and peek for Fallen. What a great round for the Opera from MiBR, going toe-to-toe with Guardian here.
Yeah, Kerrigan is going to be remembering that round, I think, just a little bit. I'm not saying he made a huge mistake, but I think...
It's one of those where, like, subconsciously you take the peek and you're like, oh, Fallen's not even looking at me. This is great.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, still dead. Now, double push into the underpass on the CT side. That's a very aggressive way to play the defense. Stewie's already made it all the way past, so if he tries to fall back, he could be dead.
Well, he's got his teammate. Fallen's coming up. Is Fallen going to be aware both ops could go down here? Olaf, he just spotted Stewie. And Fallen didn't actually end up going into the tunnel, so yeah, this is going to be a free kill. Olaf, he can even knife if he chooses to, but the Molotov is going to ensure that he uses the bullets.
Yeah, no problem there. And that also gives the information that there's nobody else on that side at all. So the rest of MiBR, they must be feeling a bit awkward now. It's like not only did we lose a player, but also we've no control of that side of the map at all. Like, leaning 3 people towards A, Nico not that far behind, and Olaf, he's looking pretty deep into that hallway, so he's going to have advanced warning if they show up. A good position that they're in right now defensively, FaZe.
You're going to have to rely on Fallen again to get this pick on Olaf. Question is, how do you do it? What a narrow crack, and I don't even think there's any way you pause for that. Oh, he shows the shoulder, forces Olaf off the angle, but now it's just a run. Now the game is up. They have to get in here. Molotov splitting them up, and there's 2 kills from the defense. Fallen does respond, but now FaZe has rotated over. Nico's here. He's burning Fallen alive. And Tarek left in a 1 versus 4. And he's had a couple really unfortunate events occur to him in this game so far. And it's going to happen again as Guardian finds him.
That was a great Molotov. Like that junction between the truck and the bomb site.
Yeah.
So many T's running around there at any one given time. That's a great position to be Molotoving off. 12 to 11.
Look at how well-rounded this FaZe team is as well. 14 kills is the lowest, and I think 18 is the highest frags. It's team play so far. Good job from Olaf. Yeah, Fallen just had nowhere to go. Yeah, that is perfectly placed.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably like couldn't do it again if you tried.
Well, that's like a grenade everyone should learn, right? To just say, and actually, let me just Molotov that because they're probably going to be stuck in a weird position if I do it. Stewie, just challenging the fire, running into the window. This
Holy
is,
hell.
I mean.
How has he done this? He's probably pissed that he hasn't seen anyone.
Yeah.
He's like, what the hell?
It doesn't really seem like a lot if you're a first-time viewer of Counter-Strike. It doesn't seem like much has happened, but it's so hard to do that in a normal game. You'll get found out. You'll get killed by somebody trying to do that. Swag has gone down in the meantime. Tarek out of it. Oh, the clicking from Nico. The accuracy is off the charts. That's an ace. He picked up. He just clicked away with the AK-47. That will strike fear right into your heart, won't it?
This really is an early Christmas. We've had vintage Stewie, vintage Guardian, now vintage Nico, all at different times in this game. And look at this, is so beautiful. This is what he's known for. This is the precision. He just assassinates everyone one by one.
You said it, Stewie, not really that happy about getting in that deep on the map, but not getting anything out of it. And he's first in this time as well. Really giving it all, isn't he?
I think this is where it starts to get extremely frustrating as well, where you're just like, how will we let this lead slip away? How are things going so well in the first half to now this? Getting picked apart, Guardian. Got some easy shots. There's no chance of them planting this bomb. Unless they lose everything from here on out, excuse me. Tarek does end up getting 2 with the Glock. Guardian.
Yeah, a little bit unnecessary.
Guardian had to take like 10 bullets with that Glock to go down.
The difference in just how scary FaZe are looking today from what they were yesterday is really staggering.
That's what has so many people scratching their head, I think, is it's like, how is there such a large disparity between this team?
It's very, very odd, isn't it? There's quite a story just between day. I look forward to seeing the stats when they get summarized at some point from day 1 and 2 here at Blast Pro, because it's got to be quite something just for this one team alone. Guardian, smoke behind him, so no one, well, 2 people are pushing him, so in a couple of seconds, he's in a lot of trouble. He needs backup badly. He's going to actually get the kill. Colts here is not going to be happy. A massive grenade, a follow-up. Stewie down to 6 health, and yeah, they want to go for the boost. It's so close for Nico. One more grenade in there would work. Oh, it's going to be a Molotov as well, and they're all done. Nico with a double. What a turn of events.
Yeah, he's just kind of returning the favor from the first half. Never any aggression. Swag being so tricky from Palace. Molotov forces Rain out. A very odd round. 1 minute remaining. And none of these two teams, each with it's 2-on-2, and none of them can work together at the moment. They're all spread across the map. It's 2 separate 1v1s at the moment.
How would you feel if you were Swag stepping into that smoke on top of the balcony, just waiting? He's going to find the timing for it. Could have absolutely taken down Rain, and look at Rain. He's in such an uncomfortable position. He's going to go down. Olaf not there to cover him, picking up the org instead with 35 seconds here, spraying through, and Olaf Meister picking up the kill on Tarek. This is another outrageous round between these two teams. The bomb is going to be going down. And Swag, can he land that one headshot bullet on Olaf Meister? He's not being quiet about it either, Olaf. He's just stomping onto the bomb site. Grenade to soften him up. Gonna do a bit of damage. Swag in position. Not going to capitalize on that first one. Goes for a bit of a shoulder peek, baiting out the shots on the other side. And Olaf Meister, he needs to make up his mind about how he wants to approach this, because Swag could be dancing around this box for a while, trying to crouch it in, and he just barely loses it. 10 health left on Olaf. He's going to have the kid. That's going to be FaZe now at 15. Remember, there is no overtime here. You are playing for a draw now for MiBR. That means you split the points, and it's a huge difference in whether or not you end up in that top 2. It really has an impact.
That's so tough for Swag. You could see him poised in that one-on-one inside the site, so controlled in his mobility, and this was just so close to coming down to it. And it's that nade that Olaf used to soften him up. That's the HP that was taken away.
Yeah,
that Swag could have used to really finish off that kill. It was like, what, 30, I think?
27 damage, and then he had 10 left. So yeah, absolutely, that was the grenade.
That's 2 separate one-on-ones. Olaf has beat Swag in.
Rain alone on the A bomb site for a couple of seconds here, and there's 4 people outside ready and waiting for him. Tarek trying to take off. Oh, wow. Olaf saw the shadow, and somehow Tarek still wins the fight. That's a keyboard-breaking moment, Moses.
Yeah. But speed from Tarek as well. Picking up the pace to get in there. Rain, 3 HP, somehow alive, but Tarek's doing the work. He's done being frustrated. Taking matters into his own hand. A couple smokes allow him to get all the way up, and they have the A bomb site clear. FaZe, imagine they just save this one as well.
So, I mean, in so many ways, that's a round that you're happy you get it, but you can't really replay it, can you? I mean, Tarek winning that fight.
Or can you?
Or can you? Just do it again? Double kill in middle every time?
Yeah. Makes things easier.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they don't just do it every time.
From this one conversation, Moses, I'm thinking you might not be picked up for a coach anytime soon.
Yeah, probably not.
Can you just go in the middle and get a double kill? But coach, that's not really going to be possible.
I'm gonna go coach Tyloo. That's the team that could do it.
They probably could, yeah. Oh, I think you would do well there. Do you move all the way?
Asia?
Yeah?
Yeah, big fan.
All right. Well, MiBR, as we said, fighting to split the points. I think for FaZe, splitting the points now means statistically it's almost impossible for them to make it into the top 2.
I think that's the important thing to know, right? They need this win, absolutely.
They do, and for MiBR, I mean, on the other hand, you know, they're not really top of the lineup either. So if they end up having a draw here, that could be the thing that makes the difference at the end when we tally all the points. It could be what pushes them over the edge into that top 2. So let's just find out. Rain alone again on the A bomb site. Guardian there, a little bit quicker this time. See what MiBR could do here.
Typical hit, standard hit towards this A bomb site with that double op setup. If they're able to get in and get the bomb planted in the right conditions, FaZe might just have to save again. The money is not good for either team, really. A little bit better for MiBR.
Doesn't look like there are going to be any crazy tricks either. We sometimes see great Molotovs thrown towards that triple box, but this time it's not really going to happen. Instead, a wall built of smokes towards the connector and one for CT spawn. And they're waiting outside. A lot of waiting going on. They're going to be a little bit late to the party here, pushing in, but it doesn't matter. Big opening kill for Stewart. Follow up there, Tarek taking down Rain, and that's a nice angle for Nico, but they're still in trouble right here. Yeah, they're going to be completely crushed on this A defense. No chance. That's Stewie and Tarek opening up beautifully.
Tough part as well, Guardian playing inside the bomb site with that AWP. Not a lot of places you can go. As you said, once that smoke wall went up, it's just, if you don't get out immediately, you're kind of stuck there. And everyone gets deleted as they come over. No one made that call to just say, all right, we've lost the bomb, so we've lost the round, just back away. And for MiBR, trying to get this tie, as you said, effectively feels like it, I mean, maybe not statistically, but effectively feels like it would knock FaZe out.
Yeah, it really, I think it probably will. And Olaf, he's going to lose the AWP at the end. For a minute, I thought he was going to try and escape through the bomb site or even go for the defuse. He didn't have a kit, but still, there would have been someone waiting for him.
I think he realized there just wasn't enough time. 13 to 15, FaZe is out of money. They need to save everything they possibly can. A couple players with money built up can get the Deagles, can get the CZs. But yeah, Tarek and Stewie, the Americans, doing the work. Even Swag getting that final kill.
15-13. All this time, it's really felt. In the beginning, it felt like MiBR were running away with it. Now it feels like FaZe just need to find a way to get the W here. Tarek, Cold Syrup opening up against the Pistols, and they're not going to have any trouble. 5 versus 3, and continuing to fall on the FaZe side. Man, I don't know who would be crying and who would be celebrating if it goes 15-15. I feel like both teams might be, you know, just a little bit displeased. Obviously, FaZe maybe most of all, but
Probably most of all FaZe.
what was their lead when it was the most? They've lost now 3 in a row.
15 to 11, I think.
Yeah. Man.
But I mean, equally for MiBR, they're going to be looking at that hot start they had and been like, oh god, did we let one slip away?
Indeed.
Here we go, 15-14. FaZe need to win this round, or else their Blast's chances of making the grand finals would be knocked so low. Kerrigan not aware that Tarek got out. That's the thing, this aggressive play. MiBR, Tarek and Sui really taking liberties, really trying to gain as much ground as possible for free. So many nades, Tarek's gonna burn, but Fallen still gets the equalizer.
One more kill coming in as Cold Zera's going to drop the one. Nico still alive, smoking up behind him, trying to create a bit of space here in the middle. They're actually just going to exchange smokes. That's very weird. 2-on-2, and Fallen making his way to the B bomb side with the bomb. Checking for a minute there, but Rain is now going to be checking the A ramp and making sure that no one is there. So I don't know how you determine who's going to come out on top of this one.
Oh, this play from Nico is so nasty. He knows what's exposed. He knows the B bomb site is essentially free, and he has a chance to drive a wedge between these MiBR players, but Fallen is just patiently waiting. He's allowing Cold Zera to make the play. So much time. Fallen can be patient. He can punish Nico, and now it's Cold Zera's turn. Rain is a tiny little morsel for Cold Zera to completely demolish. That's going to be the tie, and that should end FaZe's chance. What a game. We had a treat.